Hey gang, Tony here. I have a unboxing to do for you. Really, this is less an unboxing and more like just letting you know about a pretty cool Halloween slash horror related modern NES game that you can pick up right now. Um, eh, so I kind of made a mistake. I had been I've been really wanting this game, and it had been out of stock for quite a while, and it was listed as like a limited edition, unlikely to come back into stock. So I said, all right, you know what? Let me bite the bullet and get it on eBay. I don't do that very often, but while I was perusing eBay, I watched an item that was one of the lower priced ones, and they sent me an offer, and it was like a decent offer. I really, at the end of the day, I ended up paying maybe $15 over what it goes for originally. So I wasn't like too bothered by that. But then I saw, as I was prepping this video, I was going to the pages to show you all the original listings, and it's fucking back in stock. So bad news for me, good news for you. Let me show you what I'm talking about, and then maybe you can go grab one of your own. All right. I am talking about the Spirit of Halloween Haunted Halloween 86. So this is kind of a reskinned version of another game that has been available for a while. This hasn't been opened, and I think a lot of people were like essentially just buying this to resell, which is what it looks like the on eBay. You see people selling it for $100, $120. This one I got for $72 free shipping plus tax. So I think after tax, it knocked me up to around $15 more than it goes for. So if you want it and you don't want to have to pay eBay scalpers any money, what you can do is head on over to Spirit of Halloween online. They have the Haunted Halloween 86 Spirit Edition. You can see there it's specifically stated as the Spirit Edition. These are $60. There is a coupon for free shipping, so I actually popped it in my cart here, and the code FREE40 gets you free shipping. I'm not really sure if maybe you get free shipping anyway over a certain amount. I'm not entirely sure. So there'll be a little tax on this, but otherwise, so maybe 60 something dollars you'll pay. So I paid roughly 10, 12, $13 more than I would have if I got it straight from Spirit. But they are back in stock. You can see they're in stock, ready to ship. You're only allowed to buy 2 at a time. So they're trying to, I guess, decrease the amount of people who are reselling this bad boy. There's a video of the game there. Here's the cart is orange. We could see on the label some really cool, got Sam from Trick or Treat on there. Some other Spirit Halloween stuff. Pretty neat. So it was one of those things that I don't always like to spend money on stuff like this, but it was really hard for me not to in this case. I am gonna open it because I didn't buy it to resell. I don't really care, if the sealed version of it retains like a little extra, fucking a few bucks extra, because I'm never gonna fucking resell it. You know what I mean? There are certain things that I'm unlikely to resell. And at the end of the day, this literally was just a plastic bag that this was inside. Who cares, right? So you could see the artwork there. Pretty awesome. I know you already saw the pictures elsewhere. There should be, I believe, a manual in there. And take a look at the cart. I do kind of hate these cardboard boxes that you're going to bend a little bit to open up. But again, what's the why buy it? Why am I going to buy a video game and then not take it out and play it? You know what I mean? Oh, that's pretty cool. They actually have the, like, it doesn't say Nintendo on it, but they have bootleg Nintendo dust case. And then we got the game itself, which is beautiful. Beautiful. Halloween 86. I'll talk more about this series in a second once I'm done showing you this. No sticker on the back or anything like that. And then we got a pretty slick looking manual, gamer's manual. Very cool. Nice. I'm not going to flip through the whole manual, but like any good manual, it shows you the enemies, your special abilities, how to play, and all that fun stuff. Right? All right, very cool. So, this game was a reskinned version. Actually, you know what? I want to look at the manual for a second, because I don't know how much of the game itself has changed, if at all. I'm kind of curious about that now that I think about it. So we got candy corn, candy bar. That looks, if I remember correctly, yeah, you know, I don't know if the game itself has changed at all from the original version of the game. I will be able to tell pretty soon, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a second. So it might literally just be the packaging. It could be simply that they branded it as the Spirit Halloween on the box, on the manual, and the game itself is still the original game. So let me show you what I'm talking about here, because I've done a lot of blathering. The original game was Haunted Halloween, and it was Haunted Halloween 1985, which was... I'm trying to find art of it. I guess this is the best I can do right there. You could kind of see it on the side there. Haunted Halloween 85. And then there was Haunted Halloween 86, which is the Spirit Halloween one. That middle one there. And then we got Haunted Halloween 87, which was the new game that they were kickstarting back a few months ago. This wasn't so long ago. So Haunted Halloween 87, Year of the Witch. I think 86 was subtitled Return to something Possum. I forget now. But the name of the town, whatever the name of the town is. 86, combat moves, Halloween won't be called. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, this was, like I said, a pre-existing game. You can get copies of the original game that are not Spirit Halloween branded. And then I did back this, but I was being kind of cheap at the time. So if I go to the rewards, you'll see that I only did the ROM or Steam keys for all three games, so that was only $18. I get all three games, but just the ROMs or Steam keys, and I did that because the cost of the other ones were a little high. You could have gotten the complete inbox of the single new game for $65 plus shipping, which I know I just kind of spent that on the Spirit Halloween one, but at the time I was thinking to myself, like, well, if I get the last one, I kind of want all three, right? And the trilogy box set was $220. So if you wanted all three physical games, it was $220. I debated whether or not I wanted to do like the digital copies and then also the physical of the last one, but at the end of the day, I just went with the digital copies. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, there sometimes lately, when it comes to Kickstarters, I've noticed that a lot of Kickstarters will end, but they allow you to buy rewards after the fact, sometimes directly on Kickstarter. I actually just did that with a couple of projects. And then sometimes on a site called BackerKit, where you can just sort of order stuff that were rewards. Sometimes it's a little bit more money, but it gives you the opportunity to pick up rewards for projects that ended, campaigns that ended. It doesn't appear to be the case for Haunted Halloween, unfortunately. So it looks like at the moment, if you want any of the previous games, the last one I don't think has come out at all yet. I haven't gotten my reward yet, so I don't think it's finished. But if you want the first two games, the cheapest way to do that would just be, I believe on Steam, you can just get the digital games of 85 and 86. Or you can go to eBay and probably pick up copies of 85, and definitely 86 is the Spirit Halloween one. Personally, like I said, this was the only one I felt like I really wanted to own because of the Spirit Halloween branding, and specifically because of Sam on the cover. I didn't really feel like I needed to own the physicals of the other ones, even though they are pretty cool looking Halloween games. But to each their own. You may decide otherwise, and of course, if you do, eBay is always there for to help you. There may be other places you could find the original games as well. I know for a while anyway, there was a site that was selling 85 and 86 and it's always around like $60. That's kind of like the going price for new modern NES games that are complete in box with the manuals and everything. All right, so that's all I had for you today. I felt like killing some time because without being too graphic, I have a routine medical thing that I'm doing tomorrow, and the preparation for that is that I'm not allowed to eat anything today, and I'm starving, and I wanted to take my mind off that for a little while. So that's really the reason I made the video, is take my mind off of the fact that I can't eat anything until sometime later tomorrow after the procedure. Not much else is going on. I guess the only other thing that happens recently that if you watch my videos often you would be aware of is one of my flea market finds was a television, a CRT TV. And I thought of it after I made the video, and I was looking, or maybe I even said in the video, I can't remember for sure, but I didn't get the remote. And I was a little bummed about that. I'm like, oh man, now I'm gonna have to, I bought a TV for $5, now I'm gonna have to buy a remote for 20. That kind of sucks. So I texted my brother who lives near the yard sale, and I was like, listen, if you're out with the dog and you feel like stopping in, do you mind dropping over there and seeing if they have that remote control somewhere for the TV? So he did stop there, and he texted me, and he goes, well, they said they'd look, and if they find it, they'll put it in the mailbox, my brother's mailbox. I was like, all right on. And I really didn't expect anything to come of it. And then like an hour later, my brother texted me, and he's like, they brought the remote. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So yeah, I have the official original remote that goes with the Magnavox DVD included TV. There's a DVD player in the TV. So that's pretty neat. I'm glad that worked out that way. And you might be able to tell from the way I'm talking about this that I'm not selling the TV. I'm just going to keep it and use it. All right, I'm going to get going, guys. In 1 hour, the real prep commences. Those of you who, I'm not going to say, but some of you have maybe figured out, I'm 45, I'm not allowed to eat, and prep commences at 3 o'clock. Some of you know what I'm talking about, and I'm not looking forward to it. So I'll see you all later. Have a good one. Breathe deep in the night. Goodbye.